instead of simply passing on knowledge. NSU strives to become an educational institution that makes a significant contribution to society. As we face the future ahead, NSU stands proud, cultivating the global leaders of tomorrow through its unrivaled educational philosophies. NSU leaps forward to embrace a much broader world, thinking deeper and seeing farther than ever before. NSU continues to take on the challenge of cultivating the world's best talents. NSU impacts the world. The world impacts NSU.
전공과 인턴 해외에서 남서울
경험과 교류 글로벌은 남서울 세계가 문제 지금 당장 떠나자 남서울
세계를 부르다, 세계가 부르다. 남서울대학교.
전공과 인턴 해외에서 남서울
경험과 교류 글로벌은 남서울 세계가 문제 지금 당장 떠나자 남서울
세계를 부르다, 세계가 부르다. 남서울대학교.
전공과 인턴 해외에서 남서울
Hi everyone, good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening. Okay, welcome to ATC. My name is Kams and I'm the Business Development of ATC and I'll be your host. And we have guests from Namseoul University. Okay, I'll introduce our first guest. She's a Director of Student Recruitment and Admissions, Master of Arts in TESOL, 18 years of teaching experience, 12 in the private education sector, 6 in undergraduate and postgraduate education, currently teaching in the International Education
12 lang.
Department at Namseoul University.
12 lang yun nasa ano.
Please welcome Professor Judy Yang. Hi, Prof. Judy. Please say hi to our participants.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having us and for giving us this opportunity to come and talk about our program, especially the international education. So we're very excited to be here and we hope that we can get a lot of interest and to promote our programs and answer any of the questions that you might have. I do apologize. I don't know if there's an echo. My computer right now, for some reason, it was working just an hour ago. I tested everything, but I'm not able to hear. I think everybody can hear me, but I'm not able to hear any of the sounds. So I'm also logged in through my phone and that's how I'm hearing everybody. So I hope that there's no echo.
No, wait.
Okay, good.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I'll proceed to our next guest speaker. She has a PhD in Educational Management, Master of Arts in Education, professional TESOL certificate holder, has been engaged in general and international education for more than 20 years. She's currently the chairperson of the Master of Arts in International Education at Namseoul University. Please welcome Professor Maritas Cornell. Hi, Professor Cornell.
Hi, good
Hi.
evening. Yeah, I'm very
evening,
happy
ma'am.
to see you all. It seems like I'm going back to my country.
Amazing.
So I'm very happy to meet you all.
Nice to meet you, ma'am. Okay, thank you. Now to our next guest. She has worked extensively in the field of international education for the past few decades. Her specialization is the International Baccalaureate Program. She is currently the director of the IB Educator Certificate courses offered at Namseoul University. Please welcome Professor Kate Kam. Hi, Professor Kate.
Good
Hi,
evening,
Director.
lovely to see you.
Evening. Okay, thank you. Okay, now let's start. Should the screen?
So I would like to, is it okay if I start?
And I'll just start on the webinar etiquette.
Oh, okay.
The APC background. Okay, thank you, Jace. Study in South Korea webinar. Next slide, please. Okay, this is our webinar etiquette. Mute or unmute. Keep yourself muted unless speaking or engaging in conversation to reduce background noise. And the environment, try to be in a quiet space with as little distraction, kids, pets, etc. as possible. And to our background, declutter your background to minimize distractions or use a virtual background. Okay, about us, about the company, our business name is Anacon Travel Consultancy or ATC. Since 2012, ATC is an educational tourism company that aims to unite the world through global education and elevate Filipino academic status worldwide. We work with multiple schools and destinations to give you the best possible options for your study abroad plans. Our business address is Unit 1627. 16th floor, City and Land Mega Plaza Building, Topaz Road, Perticas, Pasig City. And ATC has 3 different brands. We have Asia, Europe, and Canada. For Asia, we have South Korea and Japan. And for Europe, we have Italy, Spain, and Finland. And for Canada, we have Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. Okay, that's our proof of business. We're under J Mission Documentation Services. Okay, and then why study in South Korea? South Korea, affordable tuition fees and living costs, scholarship program for international students, faster ROI due to large savings and the ability to sustain home studies, part-time job under student visa, 20 hours per week for undergrad students and 30 hours per week for postgrad students. And Korea is one of the safest countries in the world to study in. Now, that's for the introduction. I'll turn the time over to Professor Julie. Hi, ma'am, you may start. Thank you.
Okay, thank you again. Is there an echo?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that better? Okay. So once again, thank you to our wonderful hosts, ATC, for hosting the second part of our webinar series. Today, for everyone who's joining, we are going to be talking about our Masters of Arts in International Education. So before I hand things over to Professor Cornell so that she can talk to you about our MIE program, I would like to start by sharing a little bit about our program overall. So I would like to start with a video. So okay. also like to move, oops. One moment. Okay, so once again, I am representing, we are representing Namseoul University International Graduate School. Just to give you a quick overview of our university, it is a private university that was established in 1994. So although we are a younger university, we have grown exponentially and we are accredited. And currently we have over 10,000 students at the bachelor's, master's, and PhD levels. Our university has 34 majors that are offered at 6 different schools, with the IGS being one of the 6. Prior to 2019, the International Graduate School, we were actually under the General Graduate School and we catered to the English medium programs. In 2019, we were granted our independence and we established our own school. And we started with 2 majors, international studies and international teaching. And we have currently grown to 5 majors, which I will show you on the coming screens soon. All of our programs are 100% English medium, and two of the 5 majors that we offer are also offered in Korean medium tracks as well. So I would just like to share a map of our current student body nationalities that are represented in the IGS. We are truly international in that we have representation from around the globe. We do currently have several students from the Philippines, and we really do love our Filipino students. So hopefully we'll be able to get more interest and more applicants from the Philippines. So as Ms. Cam's already explained, there are a lot of benefits and a lot of good advantages to studying in South Korea. She mentioned a lot of the good ones. In addition to the ones that she mentioned, again, these are only just a few of the many, many reasons, but South Korea has excellent healthcare. One of the things that many of our students do often enjoy about studying abroad in Korea is that they have access to the national health insurance, and they often say that the medical technology and the medical care here is very accessible and very affordable. So that's one of the nice things. As far as I know, and maybe Professor Cornell, you can vouch for this, I know that the Philippines is basically just 1 season or maybe 2 seasons all year, but Korea actually has 4 seasons. So that's something that a lot of our Filipino students are able to enjoy, especially the winter and the fall seasons. Is that right, Professor Cornell? And we do have a really beautiful landscape here. So there's a little bit of something for everyone. So if you like the beach, we have really nice beaches. We also have islands. If you like hiking in the mountains, we have mountainous areas. If you like the countryside and the cities, we have all of that. So there's a little bit of something for everyone. And I think a lot of people are especially during the pandemic, there was a lot of awareness that was raised about Korean culture. So anything from K-pop, K-beauty, K-media, a lot of it was introduced and spread all around the globe. So it really did put Korea on the map. Safety is also one of the things that I think a lot of the students, especially our female students, do appreciate about the country. So in addition to these, Professor Khan and Professor Cornell, are there any that you particularly like? All of us, we are foreigners living in Korea.
Of course, I love the food.
What about you, Professor Khan?
Oh, I think you know that we're the K-pop, K-drama kids in our household.
Okay, so yeah, like I said, the things that were mentioned by Ms. Cans and the things that you see here and the ones that I'm mentioning, they're just a few of the many that many benefits that Korea has to offer. So going on to the 5 majors that are offered by the International Graduate School, I would just like to mention that the eligibility to apply to any of our programs, as long as you have a completed bachelor's degree from a 4-year university, you are eligible to apply to any of our 5 majors. So I'll start with international legal studies, global techno-entrepreneurship, global physiotherapy, international education, and global addiction rehabilitation counseling. So today, of course, we're going to be focusing on international education, and Professor Cornell will be talking about our international education program. And then when she finishes, we're actually going to have Professor Khan go over the IB Educator Certificate program that we have a partnership and we're in collaboration with them. So Professor Cornell, I will hand things over to you.
Okay. Okay, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay, so good evening once again. On behalf of Professors Kate and Judy, I would like to introduce our department, the Master of Arts in International Education. The 3 of us are the professors from Master of Arts in International Education. So the MA in International Education was designed for the best interest of our students and future students. So one of the many benefits or opportunities our students in the international education and the future students in the international education is that the MIE can offer, if you can qualify, I would like to emphasize that there is a qualification. So there is a possibility that you can earn your diploma in MA in International Education. And if you can qualify, you can have an International Baccalaureate Educator Certificate at the same time. So there is a qualification aside from your master's degree. Okay. And then for our mission and vision, it is our commitment to provide our students the best preparation possible for them to become competent international educators. So we have educational innovations. There are many aspects of educational innovations, but one of the aspects of educational innovation is that we expose our students to different technology, different applications in our classroom, in passing their academic requirements, in their presentations, and at the same time to prepare them for a fast changing environment and future job. At the same time, I think Professor Judy had mentioned that our students came from different countries across the globe. So we expose them to different nationalities or different students coming from different countries. So they're exposed to different academic and social culture that will make them well-rounded, what do you call this, a truly international professionals. Also, we are training our students to become independent and confident, at the same time, excellent professionals in the future. Next to that, the MIE program is a 2-year program. So we have 30 credits or 30 units. That's equivalent to 10 courses or subjects. That's where non-thesis track. For our thesis track, because there are 2 tracks, for our thesis track, there will be 24 credit units. That means you have 8 courses. because your thesis is equivalent to 2 courses or 6 units. So that could be your MA in international education. But if you can qualify, there will be additional requirements if you wanted to go to and get an IBEC or an International Baccalaureate Educator Certificate. That's why I said a while ago that aside from your degree, your diploma in MA in international education, you have the opportunity to also earn your certificate in the International Baccalaureate Educator. Okay, and then the focus of our program, our courses are designed to train and support our students to become educational leaders and managers. So we are not just only confined our students and future students in the classroom. So if you don't want to teach, then you have the opportunity to become educational leaders like principals, director, because our courses are designed for not only for teaching, but also for educational leadership and also becoming global educators. So our program features, we have students and professors diversity. The 3 of us, Professor Judy is from the US, Professor Khan is from Australia, and me is from the Philippines. So the professors ourselves are diverse, and our students are also very diverse. Currently, we have students from the Philippines, a lot of students from the Philippines. We have an American student, a Korean student who studied in the Philippines, which I'm going to introduce in just a little while. We have Uzbek students, what else? Egypt, and a lot more. Okay, so our students and professors are very diverse. And then we are combining theory and practice in the field. So we offer our students practice in the field. And then we have culturally and academically competent and supportive professors. In fact, aside from our, regular after school advising, we are approachable. The students can come to us anytime that they need us. So we have a program in the IGS, which we call the student advising, wherein students are assigned to professors for their challenges, for their problems in their stay in Korea. Okay, and then for career opportunities, as I mentioned a while ago, if you don't like to be in the classroom, you have a lot of other options when you when you enroll in the Master of Arts in International Education. So of course, number 1, you will become international educator. If you want to be in the classroom, if you want to teach, you can be also an education policy analyst, because as I mentioned a while ago, the courses that we offer are well designed so that we can have a variety and wide areas that our students can choose from after graduation. And then you can also choose to become an educational administrator. You can become a research assistant, and you can become educational consultant. Like you can be a curriculum developer, you can be a program developer, and you can be a trainer. Okay, so the field, the international education is a wide field. You can choose whatever career opportunity that you want. And then, okay, so the Master in International Education started in spring 2021, and then, spring 2019. So our first cohort graduated in August 2021, and there were 8 first graduates of the international education program. And one of the graduates is Rico Reyes. He is now currently a professor in Pangasinan State University, and Professor Judy, because Professor Khan was not able to maybe was able to meet Rico, because Professor Khan joined us like a year ago. So Rico is now the professor, and I know Professor Judy can vouch that Rico is really an excellent student. Yeah. And then another Filipino student who graduated already is Jenny Baclado. Jenny Baclado Kim. She was awarded with a presidential awardee, or she is a presidential awardee, and she is currently teaching in Korea Foreign School. Okay, so these are few of the Filipinos who graduated from our department, especially from international education. Currently, we have the following students in our program in the international education who came from the Philippines. So one is Miss Jovian Alinsunuin. I think you are familiar. The ATC is very familiar with them because some of them came from ATC. And thank you, ATC, because they are really excellent students. Yeah. And Professor Khan and Professor Judy can really attest to their excellence. Okay, so Jovi came from De La Salle University in Dasmariñas. Another one is Liam Chato. She graduated from UP Diliman. And then we have Chris Siliona from Ateneo de Davao. And currently, Haon Lee joined our international education program. And she graduated. She's a Korean, but she graduated her undergraduate in education from University of Santo Tomas. She was educated in the Philippines from elementary to high school to the university. So she is sometimes confused in the class of her nationality and representation, whether she's representing the Philippines or representing Korea. Because I think by heart, she's more of the Filipino rather than Korean. Okay, so these are our students currently from the Philippines. So with all those information that I presented to you, please set your goal and let the MIE program help you achieve it. So see you in spring 2023, because now is spring 2023. Fall 2023, because currently we are spring 2023. So next semester is fall. So see you in fall 2023, and welcome to MA in International Education. If you have some questions, of course, please go to ATC, or you can also reach me through my email. So noites07@nsu.ac.kr. I have also the telephone number. You can also reach me through Facebook, but be careful right now because a lot of scammers in Facebook, especially in the Philippines. So be careful. Okay. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Cornell. So now I would like to hand things over to Professor Kate Khan, who is in charge of our IB Educators Certificate Program. And as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, we do have a partnership and a collaboration with the IB, with our MIE program and the IB. And Professor Khan can tell you a little bit more about that. Professor Khan?
So as Professor Judy and Professor Cornell have both already mentioned, there is an opportunity for some students to potentially work on part of the course to get an IB Educator Certificate. So there are some rules around that. You do need to be coming as a qualified teacher from your own country already, and somebody who's had experience teaching in the classroom already. If you come with those qualifications, and once you get to Namseoul and you prove to be a strong student with a strong GPA, then there's a high chance that you'll be accepted into our IB program, which does then give you the IB Educator Certificate in Teaching and Learning. And we're now able to offer that for teachers of all age groups. So the youngest students in elementary through to our seniors in high school. We are the first university in Korea to be able to offer this program for teachers of students of all ages. So it is a fairly special opportunity for you should you decide to come to Namseoul.
Thank you, Professor Khan. So I would just like to now continue on with the application part of the program. I know that a lot of the students or the potential students or applicants, their number one question is often, how much is this going to cost me? And as it was mentioned earlier by Ms. Kams and also myself, one of the benefits of studying in South Korea is the quality of education. You get very high quality education, but a fraction of the price of what you would pay in, let's say, Canada, the US, many European countries. So what you see here on the screen in front of you is a breakdown of our first semester tuition and fees. So when you apply to us, we do have an application fee of 50,000 Korean won, which is about $35 US. And if you are then accepted into our program, all Korean universities, they do require the students to pay a one-time enrollment fee when they first start at the university. The good news about Namseoul University is we do have a very affordable enrollment fee, which is 750,000 won. It's about $526 US. Again, it's not the enrollment fee is not the same at every university. It does differ, and Namseoul's is quite competitive. Our tuition, the full tuition is 3.25 million Korean won, which is roughly about 2,300 US. But for the international students, they do get an automatic 25% discount. So they will be paying about 2.43 million Korean won. So the amount that they would be paying in USD is roughly about 1,700 USD. So altogether, the first semester tuition and fees, it is very affordable. It's about about a little over 2,000 US dollars. Many of the things actually on this slide were already mentioned by Professor Cornell. We do have a one-to-one student advising and support program. And as she mentioned, all of our international students, they are matched to an advisor, one of the professors when they first start at our university. So they will have this advising and support, not only with their academics, but also being a foreigner in Korea, you will have questions, I'm sure, about your visa or about living day-to-day life here in Korea. And as Professor Cornell has also mentioned, all of the professors and the advisors, we are foreigners living in Korea, so we're speaking from direct experience, and the students are able to have help with that as well. We have very small classes. At the moment, we have about a 7-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So the smaller classes really does help to create a more engaged learning experience and camaraderie between the classmates and direct access to the professors. And we have a diverse international faculty and student body. Our programs, they are designed for working professionals. Our classes here at the IGS, they are scheduled on Fridays and Saturdays. So that does leave quite a bit of time during the weekdays, Monday through Thursday, for the students to learn Korean or work part-time or travel I know that there are many of our students who have come here and they're very interested in K-pop, so they do like to go and attend the concerts and follow their the K-pop idols. So it does allow a lot of free time to do that as well. There are great opportunities to work part-time here, especially given the location of our university. We are, again, an English medium program. Our university is located near an American military base. So a lot of the services there, they are looking for part-time workers who are English speakers. So it does work to our students' advantage. Yes. And we do have various educational collaborations and excursions. You can see on this slide here, just last semester, we did take all of our students to the International Student Job Fair here in Korea. We've gotten a lot of good feedback about that, and our students did enjoy it and learn a lot. Some of our students actually were able to get called back for interviews. So it was a good experience for everyone. Now I'll just move on to the documentation part of having to apply to our programs. The wonderful staff at ATC, they are able to help any of you who are interested in applying. But just very quickly, this is the list of documents that are needed to apply to our program. And I'm just going to go over these 4 highlighted ones because they do require a little bit more investment, either time or money wise. So the first 2, they go together. It's the undergraduate diploma and the official transcript. So both of these documents, they must be originals and they must be apostilled. The English language proficiency, since English is the official language in the Philippines, Filipinos can be exempt from this requirement with the condition that 2 things are provided. One is a letter of English medium instruction from the undergraduate university, and the second is apostilled secondary academic documents, so high school documents. So the high school diploma and the transcript should also be apostilled and submitted to us. The final document that's a little bit time sensitive and it requires a bit of investment is the bank balance. For our admission requirements or the application requirements, we require a minimum bank balance of 18,000 US dollars. So it should be from one bank account, and the stamped date on the certificate needs to be within 1 month. So if a student is trying to apply with a bank certificate that meets all of these criteria, but is from 3 months ago, we will ask them to get a more recent one that's within a month. A side note about the bank balance, it's not required, but it does help if it's in the applicant's own name. If it's not in your own name and it's in maybe the father or mother's name, then we do require additional financial asset documentation. A very quick look at our application procedure. Once your application package has been completed and it's been okayed by us, you will submit it by the deadline. Then we will schedule an interview. The interviews will be for the applicants who are living abroad. They will be through video conference like Zoom. After we do the interviews, we will announce the admission results. For those who have successfully passed and are given admission, they need to pay their tuition by a certain deadline. After all of that has been complete, the university will then issue the certificate of admission, which then is given to ATC, and the ATC will then prepare the students to apply for their visa at the Korean embassy. We have 2 intakes per year. Currently, we are going to open very soon. We're going to open our admissions for the fall semester. So fall semester intake, it generally runs from May until June. And the spring semester intake is from November to January. So as I mentioned, our next intake is going to be for 2023 fall semester. And the first round dates will run from May 8th to June 16th. So the deadline, the absolute latest deadline is June 16th at 5 p.m. And all of the dates and times are according to Korean Standard Time. So it means that all of the documents should be in our office no later than June 16th at 5 p.m. Korean time. So the lovely people at ATC, they do a wonderful job in guiding their applicants and also communicating with us. But if you would like some additional information about our programs, like the course catalog, we do have information on our website. Our website has been updated to www.gr.nsu.ac.kr. So just think of it as graduate NSU AC KR. So once you go here, you need to click the English option. And under the English option, you will see an option for departments. If you go there and you scroll to the bottom, you'll be able to see the International Graduate School. Our email is igs@nsu.ac.kr. My direct email is here, jyang@nsu.ac.kr. We do also have Facebook and Instagram. So if you want to check out some of our student activities, or if you have questions, you can ask us. But I would like to highly recommend that you send all your inquiries to Ms. Cams or the ATC team, as they are very familiar with our admissions procedure, and they are able to help you with preparing your applications. And I will just hand things back over to Ms. Cams.
Hi, ma'am. I'll discuss now the package cost. It is our package cost for Namseoul University. Our first payment is the initial payment of 25,000 pesos. And this is the first payment with a signed contract before we start your application. It is non-refundable. And the second payment is the service fee of 50,000 pesos to be paid after all documents are reviewed, cleared, and submitted to Namseoul University and start your visa processing. And then the processing fee is 40,000 pesos. All visa requirements are reviewed and need to pay before we submit your visa in embassy. And the next payment is the tuition deposit of 184,000 plus, and this depends on the program, payment terms, scholarships, and final computation of the school, and it is forex based. So the total estimate package is around 299,000 plus, and not included airfare, accommodation, emergency funds, and pocket money. Again, this is this disclaimer. This is a minimum investment. It still depends on your program. Okay, next. It is our ATC students in South Korea from different universities. So we have here Joe B from Namseoul during fall 2022 intake. So next. So this is Jovi's video review for ATC during her pre-departure orientation before she leaves for South Korea. So please play the video.
First, super excited kasi syempre it will be my first time in South Korea, but at the same time sad kasi I mean pandemic, and then I have to leave my family. But anyway, I'm doing this for the future already. Not for myself only, but of course for the whole family. Alam mo, nung una, hesitant ako kasi nakita ko lang to sa Facebook. As in, wala akong kakilala, wala akong anything. And then, wala rin akong plan na mag-pursue ng master's. And then, I don't know, all of a sudden, parang gusto ko siyang i-push. Not because, nakita ko kasi, since for me, international education, I tried to search the university, I tried to search the course itself, and super interesting siya. Ang dami niyang benefits na ang dami kong benefits na mag-gain in the future that will be helpful for me. Yung master's na kukunin ko is international education, wherein hindi siya available here in the Philippines and even in other countries. So, dun lang talaga, as in sa Namseoul lang. So, that's the first one. Second, I'm thinking about my family. So, if ever na they want to travel, easier. Super easy because 4 hours away lang. Checking with them, super smooth nung akin kasi in 5 days, na-release. Just want to take this opportunity nga pala to say thank you to the whole Anical travel, ATC Asia. Kasi naging smooth yung processing. Everyone, please, wag na kayo mag-hesitate. Try to inquire first if you're hesitant, okay? That's understandable, but please try to inquire and pursue your dreams, with ATC Asia or worldwide na nga, ang dami na, di ba? Yeah, pursue your dreams, your future, It's never too late to start. I'm 28 already. I feel so old, pero I think that this is the right time for you. Even though it's pandemic, I hope that everyone is safe, but still, no one should stop you for pursuing your dreams and believe in yourself, of course.
Okay, and that's Joey. Okay. Last year, also there's an incident happened in Itaewon, South Korea, and Jovi, one of the ATC students, she was interviewed on Philippine National TV. Okay. Next. And so, Prof. Judy, we're now open for Q&A.
Thank you. Actually, we do have a couple of our students, our current students who are joined us today. So I thought it would be nice to have a student's perspective if anyone has any questions for them later on. But I would first like to introduce everyone to Ms. Aya Almares. Aya is, they are both actually students of our MIE program, but Aya, would you please introduce yourself and also talk about maybe your experiences in the MIE?
Yeah. Can you hear me? You can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, I'm Aya. I'm Aya Almares. I'm MIE student. This is my third semester at Namseoul University, and I'm from Egypt. I chose to study in South Korea because actually we have a lot of international universities in Egypt, but to study there costs a lot of money comparing to studying in South Korea. So when I started to search for a university, I found the Namseoul University website, and I started to read the reviews and the students saying or the reviews about the Namseoul University, and I found that there is a friendly environment that I can acquire my aimed experience about education. So I applied for Namseoul University. Actually, I think that I am the first, I think that I'm the first, I'm not sure about it, but I think that I'm the first Egyptian student at Namseoul University. Yeah, but I'm so proud to be a Namseoul University student because it was more than I expected. It was my life at Namseoul was full of a lot of experience, positive experience. I'm more confident about my skills. I'm more confident about what I can do and what I can acquire from education. my study at Namseoul always surprised me, not just um, about what I can receive from my professors' support or experience, but also about discovering my abilities. They helped me to discover my skills and develop my skills, whether to teach or how to teach or how to research or how to communicate among multicultural people. So I do recommend to come to MIE, especially not just because the professors will support you and guide you for every steps you want, every step you want. They will be beside you. They can guide you whenever you want. There is you can not just ask your advisor. You can ask any professor about anything you want. You will feel like it's your second family. Literally, it's your second family. You will not. So you don't. You will not be stressed about oh, can I do this or not? You just ask. You have an opportunity to ask about anything you want, not just related to your academic, but about anything in your life. You can ask and you can get a lot of benefits from their experience. And beside all, or among all of this, you are the center of the learning process. You are not required to follow certain curriculum. No, you have to. You are the center, which means that they can discover your your strengths and your weaknesses and support your weaknesses. They can support you to overcome your weakness and to be a better educator and be confident to stand or to apply for an international school, because also we have you can go to practice at international schools or nurseries around Namseoul University. So I think that will give you a practical experience and make you very confident about your professional or about your practical future. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Aya.
You're welcome.
So now I would like to invite our second student who has joined, and she was also mentioned by Professor Cornell. It's Ms. Han Lee. She also goes by Grace, but I think all of you, especially the Filipino participants, will be very interested in hearing from her. So Grace, I'll turn things over to you.
Hi, I'm Grace. I'm South Korean, but I studied throughout my teenage years in my college in the Philippines. And I'm currently in the first semester, so I'm just newbie at this school. And I chose this school because actually I never knew that there's such a degree which is international education in Korea. But since I was interested with the IB curriculum, and then I got to know that only 3 schools offers IB curriculum in the Korea, and among 3, Namseoul University offers international education. So I was really hooked up with that degree, plus it offers IB curriculum. So that made me to choose this school among the 3. And now I'm here right now. And currently I'm enjoying a lot with the classes. I'm just only the first semester, but I'm already enjoying, and the way professors deliver lessons or the way the classes is holding is quite different with the UST. Of course, UST is combination of teacher-centered and student-centered, but in here, I find it like it's like a more on student-centered classroom. So I find it very interesting how professor deliver their lessons and also how they try to promote engagement between classmates. So I'm trying to learning what international education is really like. Yes. Anyways, thank you. Nice to meet you all.
Grace, can you say just a little something in Filipino for the Filipino audience?
Okay. What can I say? Kamusta? Ako po ay Grace. No, yeah, I'm not sure. It's nice to meet everyone. Actually, I'm more on listeners that I can understand, but I didn't practice speaking. But yeah, I can. Actually, I'm learning. I'm practicing. Yeah, maybe you can try next time to speak me in Filipino, but I do understand. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you so much, Grace. So yes, that was those were just a few testimonials from a couple of our students who are currently studying in our MIE program. So thank you, ladies, so much for your kind words and your support. So now Ms. Cams, is it okay to open for Q&A?
Yes, ma'am. We're now open for
I think there was actually already a question in the chat. Somebody was asking about.
Yes, I have some question.
Wait, just one moment. I think there was a question. There was a question about airport pickup. So it is possible to arrange this if we have a group of students who are coming in on the same day. However, if it's most of the time the students are coming in one by one, so in that case it is a little bit difficult. However, we are able to arrange an airport pickup for you in the form of a taxi service. So that can be arranged, and public transportation in Korea is actually very well established. So Aya, do you want to talk about your experience with coming into Korea?
Yeah. Do you mean about the process or when I arrive to the airport?
When you arrive to the airport and going
Yeah.
from the airport to either your home or
Yeah.
to the university,
Yeah.
it's pretty easy. And
yeah. I didn't expect to be very easy because as I mentioned, I'm the first Egyptian one to come to the university. So I expected that I may find some difficulties because also there was a quarantine at that moment, at these days, and I'm not allowed to use public transportation and so on. But actually everything was very organized at the airport, and they just called the university to make sure that I'm coming to the university and just letting me go. They said, how can you reach your home or arrive at your home? I said, there is a Egyptian a friend who will pick me up with his car. And they said, oh yeah, that's okay. You can't just you can't use public transportation and so on. So it was very easy, and they will there are many people at the airport who can speak in English, and they will guide you step by step what to do, what is the next steps that you can do. And you will actually, I think that I was very lucky. I finished my my process or my documents at the airport very quickly. It doesn't take about 20 minutes or something like this. I was so I prepared everything as I heard that I should all documents that I need to submit to them in the airport. I prepared everything. So well, as I give them these documents, they just allow me to go the next man or the next employee and so on, and I finished very quickly. It was very easy.
Thank
But
you, Ria.
yeah, but as the professor said, she said that if there is a group, we can pick all of you together.
Yes, thank you. So, like I said, generally the students who start at the university, they will come one by one. So in that case, if you would like to have airport pickup arranged, we can do that for you in the form of a taxi. But if you come in with a group all on the same day, we can arrange pickup from the university. If not, there are a lot of other options. We have airport limousine buses and shuttles that are running quite regularly. There is also the subway or the metro that runs from the international airports to various destinations all throughout the country. So there are several options. I believe Mr. Bilal had a question.
Yes. Can you hear, please? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I want to ask question from BBM. I appreciated you. So I'm Bilal Sen from Pakistan. I want to ask question that I got admission in spring. So unfortunately, I failed to get a student visa with Public Korean Embassy. So now I am going to again take admission in first round, which is starting 1st May. So I want to ask some key points that will I have to send original documents to Namseoul University because I am again applying for Namseoul University, accept bank statements and income source. Can you explain, please?
Sure, that's an excellent question. And again, thank you so much for maintaining your interest and wanting to apply to us again. If you are applying, reapplying to us, most of the important documentation, such as your undergraduate diploma and your transcript, those things do, and your FRC, so the family relationship certificate, they don't need to be resubmitted because we have already received them the first time. The only things that you need to resubmit or submit again is the new application form and your bank certificate.
Thanks. And I want to ask question from Professor Khan, Katie Khan. Can you listen? She's here. Can I speak? No?
Yes, I'm listening.
Can I speak now?
Yes, please do.
Okay. Well, good. I impressed your personality. First, I want to ask, are you from UK or Australia? And my key question or key point, what is the strong CGPA or the potential CGPA to get gold medal in international education, in master's or certificate? And what should be focused the key point to get admission?
So I actually taught for a long time in the UK, but I'm Australian born, and I've also taught for a long time in Australia. So I've crossed across both of those countries that you asked about. To get the IB certificate, so that IB Educator Certificate in Teaching and Learning, to do that, you must already be a qualified teacher and you must have already spent time teaching in a classroom. In addition to that, once you begin your Masters of International Education at Namseoul, you have to maintain a high GPA. And if you're evidencing all of that, then there'll be admission into the IB Educator Certificate, which is the additional certificate that you can get on top of the Masters.
Yes. And what is the key point to get like that? I mean, I get high CGPA, mean 4x4 or 3.8, 3.9. What should I do? Focus on that thing.
Professor Tess, you might remember what the rule was. I think it was a GPA of 4.0. Does that sound correct? Oh, you're
Professor,
still on
Yes.
mute.
microphone.
Still on mute, Professor Tess.
Can you listen to me?
I think you have to
want
have
to-
like 4.0, that is A. At least you
Yes,
have A grade,
Yes.
and that is the GPA should be 4.0. That's the last document that we had, I think, submitted.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Bilal, for your question. There was also another question in the chat. The question was, is scholarship upon admission available? So yes, any international student, they do automatically qualify for the 25% international student scholarship, and that's applied to their first semester tuition and fees automatically. Are there any other questions?
Prof. Judy, there's a question. Is there like Korean language program first, and then they can use it as a pathway for master's degree for Korean language track?
Unfortunately, we don't have that kind of stepping stone program in place, but we do have the Korean Language Institute at Namseoul University that our students will be able to get a 50% discount, or there are free programs by the government of Korea that many of our students are also taking. So actually Aya, she is taking the KIIP program, which is the free program, the free Korean language program offered by the government. So many of our students are actually enrolled in that.
So there's another questions.
Yes, the other question is, are university dorms available? Yes, I actually am very excited to announce that now that things are becoming more, returning back to normal, we do have a limited number of dorms that are the dorm rooms that are available to our international students. So if you are interested in that, I can give you some more information. I'll actually share the information with the ATC team once I get the specifics, and she can orient you with the pricing and the length of stay for the dormitories. You're very welcome. Any other questions? I think Ms. Cam's, I don't think there are any other questions.
So I think other questions.
So I want to say something to Julian.
Sure, Mr. Bilal.
First, at the last, I appreciated to our faculty member. You are good and respected, and I especially appreciated that you posted to all Muslims, and you give respect to minority of every person, to post like congratulations to Ramzan or Eid Mubarak to every Muslims. And I saw a lot of tweets about Ramzan in that university after dinner. That's very good. I appreciated to that university admin. That's very good.
Yes, thank you for noticing that. But yes, the IGS, we do have, as you saw earlier in the presentation, we have a very diverse student body and faculty. So we really do, that's one of our things that we are very proud of here at the International Graduate School. We love our students, and we like to celebrate all of their cultures and religions together.
Thanks.
I want to add something about this because it's an international university, and prepare in MIE we prepare the MIE department prepares international educators. So we learn how to interact among different backgrounds and different cultures. And actually, this not just a theoretical lectures, but it's practical. You can live this. There is an open-minded atmosphere, and you will be very comfortable. No one can be nervous about something like this.
Thank you, Aya.
There's any questions? I guess no more questions. So I think no more questions, Jace. So again, thank you for listening and thank you for joining us tonight. So if you have any questions, you can send us a message here in our Facebook page, Education Marketing Asia, and to our Gmail, etceduasia@gmail.com, and to our WhatsApp number, +63 905 527 4254. So again, thank you everyone. Thank you, Prof. Judy. Thank you, Prof. Cornell. Thank you, Prof. Khan, and to our guest, Miss Aya, and to Miss Grace. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
having us.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye, and
Good
hope to
night.
see everyone soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.